Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm Cheryl and this is Your Journey Yoga. And today we're going to incorporate some weights. You don't have to have weights. You can just do this body weight. If you have light weights, I would suggest anything from 1 pound to 8 pounds. There's really no need to go any heavier than 8. I have my 5s here. So I would recommend kind of a medium weight for you, even go light if this is kind of your first go of incorporating weights with your yoga. This is a great way to really get deeper into those core muscles to challenge your body. We're going to do a full body work. So you're going to feel your legs, you're going to feel your core, you're going to feel your arms, you're going to feel your shoulders and your back. So we're going to get it all. And it's hopefully going to be really fun. I've had a lot of people asking about, do I just do yoga? No, I do weights, I do cardio, I do it all. But yoga is what allows me to do everything else that I love and enjoy, and to challenge my body. So thanks for being here for this. I hope you love it. Let's just start in a seated position and roll those shoulders up and back. We're going to warm up our bodies first, and then we're going to add that resistance training. Let's do that again. Shoulder roll up and back. And shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach it high. As you exhale, release that right hand down, left arm up and over. Inhale, both arms come up, reach it high. And exhale, other side, up and over. Inhale, reach it up, both arms overhead. As you exhale, pull those elbows back and down, cactus arms. Lift your gaze, squeeze those shoulder blades. Inhale, reach it up. And again, right arm down, left arm up and over, sway side to side. Just signaling to the body that it's time to work, but we're still going to be kind and respect what's going on with the body. We're going to challenge it, but we're always going to listen to what's going on. Pull those elbows back and down, cactus arms, lift your gaze. Inhale, reach it up, interlace your fingers, bring your hands behind your head, elbows are wide, and as you exhale, draw your chin down towards your chest, close the elbows around the ears. Inhale it open, elbows go wide, and gently release your head back into your hands. Inhaling it back up, and again, exhaling, drawing those elbows around the ears, chin to chest. Inhale, open the elbows, gently release the weight of the head back into your hands. Inhaling it up nice and tall, reach it high, and gently float those arms down by your sides. We're going to rock it back and switch so the other leg is in front. And reach it high. As you exhale, rotate to the left, right hand to the top of the thigh, left hand behind you, sit up nice and tall and take your gaze out over that back shoulder. Inhale it up, reach it high, turn back to face front, and then turn to the other side. Left hand to the top of the thigh, right hand behind you, sit up as tall as you can sit, and turn and take your gaze out over that back shoulder. Inhale, reach it high, turn it back to face front. As you exhale, open those arms out to a T, flex your wrists, hollow your tummy and chest, press your palms forward, spine back, chin down. Inhale it open and reach. Let's do that 2 more times. Open those arms out to a T, flex your wrists, hollow your tummy and chest, press your palms forward, spine back, chin down. Inhale it open. And reach 1 more time just like that. So as we incorporate our weights today, nothing crazy, okay? These are very, very fundamental poses, fundamental weight motions, movements with our bodies that we should be able to do with or without weights. So if it's too heavy with the weights that you're doing, put them down, go lighter next time, push pause, and grab some lighter weights. Take care of what you need to take care of. As you exhale, chin comes down towards your chest. So these are going to be functional motions, helping us to live a more effective and efficient life. We roll the head to the right ear over the right shoulder, and press that left palm down towards the ground. So what's going to help us get off the floor? What's going to help us pick up that heavy object off of the floor? What's going to help us put that object up on a shelf? Releasing your chin back down towards your chest, picking up your kids, your grandkids, rolling the head to the left ear over the left shoulder. Whatever sport it is that you love, being able to play that a little more efficiently, a little more effectively, a little more gracefully. Just build in strength in the body, keeping that fluid motion back to chin to chest. And inhale, head up nice and tall. Core strength and posture, a huge part in staying healthy. Let's turn and come up onto all fours. coming up to your hands and knees, grab one weight and set it behind one hand, your left hand. Let's go that way. So we're doing the same one. And those hands are right out in front of us, wrists right below those shoulders, core is nice and strong. We're going to tuck our toes and lift our knees just an inch off of the mat. And if you need to keep your knees down to begin, absolutely yes, do it. We're going to take that right hand, reach across, take a hold of the weight, and set it behind that right hand. Place your right hand back down. Left hand takes a weight, set it behind the left. We're doing our very best to keep those hips, the pelvis, as level as possible, and keep those knees just an inch off of the mat. So again, if you need to keep those knees down, yep, you sure can. Just switching side to side. Pretty intense. Let's get it back behind that left hand. Both hands down, extend those legs. Shift your weight back towards your heels. So we're going to incorporate some sweat stretches with our strength. Our down dog, such a great place. Lengthening down the backs of the legs. Strengthening those shoulders. Finding your breath. Let's shift our weight to our right foot. Left toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left foot to the outside of your left hand. Shift your weight to your right hand, taking a hold with that left hand to the weight. We're going to reach it back. We're going to roll it open and extend. And again, you don't have to use the weight. Body weight is just fine. Reach it back and pull it through. So if some of these motions you've been practicing with me might look familiar, they might not, and it's okay. If this is your first time with me, thank you for being here. If you're coming back and you've been with me, thanks for coming back. Last one, reach it up and gently set it down. Place that left hand to the outside of the weight and step it back to plank. You can hold your plank if you like a push-up. And again. And two more if you're able. And press it back to down dog. Find your breath. Alternate bending knees. Walk it out. Gently release both heels down. Shift your weight to your left foot. Right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right foot to the outside of your right hand. Toes are slightly turned open. Right hand takes a hold of that weight. Reach it back. A rotation. And a rotate, reach it up. Exhale, pass it through. Should start to feel a little heat building. Reach it up. Pass it through. Reach it up. Last one, pass it through. We're going to finish with that reach to the sky. And then gently set it down to the inside of your foot. Right hand to the outside of the weight. Step it back to plank. Lift your hips to down dog. Find your breath. Adjust your hands if you need to. Breathe. You can hold your down dog. Or if you're feeling nutty, inhale it to high plank. Toes or knees. Push up. I love to have the weight centered so you can come down. Can you actually touch the weight with your chest? If not, it's okay. It gives you a baseline and something to work towards. We always have to have goals. Lift your hips to down dog. Taking the gaze between your hands and walk your feet in to forward fold. Find your breath. Relax the weight of your head. And breathe. Take a moment, grab your other weight, set it just below you. If you need to come out of forward fold, yep, you sure can. Just be mindful, be kind. Watch your back. We're going to take those weights and ever so slowly ragdoll it up. So this is going to be a little added weight, right? Going to be a little bit more work. If your lower back needs love, just let go of the weights. Roll those shoulders up and back. We're going to do 5 shoulder shrugs. Those shoulder rolls, take it up, take it back, and let those weights carry the arms down. Reach it up, roll it back, and let it slide down and away. Let's do 2 more. These just feel great. And 1 more. Let those arms be heavy. Breathe. Shift your weight to your left foot. We're going to lift that right knee, and that right big toe is just going to barely touch the mat. If you are able, lift that right knee to 90 degrees and flex your foot. We're going to lift the right arm out to a lateral raise and bring it back down. Left arm to a lateral raise just to shoulder height and back down. Again, left arm lifts and down. Right arm lifts and down. Now lift both twice, just up to shoulder height and back down. If that's too high, go lower, but no need to go any higher. Let's lift that right arm and down. Lift the left and down. One more time, isolating individual arm and then left. And now both for 2. Lift and lower. Nice. Lift and lower. Release your foot. Shift your weight to that right foot. Left knee lifts. Knee bends to 90 and flex your foot. Breathe. Lift that left arm. And release. Lift the right. And release. Lift both. And release. Lift the left. And down. Lift the right. And down. Lift both. Just to shoulder height. And back down. One more time. Left. And right. You're doing awesome. And down. Both. For 2. And release. Let's heel toe those feet open twice. So we've got a nice wide stance. Toes are turned out. We're going to turn the palms to face front. We squat low. While we're low, bicep curl for 10. So we're going to stay low in those legs, and we're going to breathe. If you need an adjustment, adjust. If you need the width of your feet to be a little wider, if you need to come out of it a little bit, we have 3 more. Breathe. So if these dumbbells feel a little bit light, it's okay. Last one, hold it up. Now press and extend those arms, extend the legs. Bring it back down, hands to shoulders. Squat low and press. Give a little squeeze to those inner thighs. Lower and press. Arms are slightly forward in front of those ears, so not right overhead. Keeping those shoulders safe. Little squeeze of the buns, little squeeze of those inner thighs. Press. Core strong. Breathe. Last 2. Last one. Stay high. Extend those arms and ever so slowly lower those arms down. If you need to bend your elbows, bend your elbows. If you need to bring those arms a little forward, bring them forward. Slow and steady. Now rise. Lift those arms. Breathe. Slow. Steady. You feel that heart rate increase? Yes. And then slow back down. Breathe. Control. Mindful, knowing where your body is in space. We want the weights to be such that we can control that. Let's do that one more time. Core strong, and if you're like, no, I don't have that in me, do the best you can. Put the weights down, lift those arms overhead, and then slowly take it back down. Breathe. Nice. Shoulder roll up and back. It's amazing what we can get done in a short period of time. Let those arms be heavy. We're going to heel toe those feet out one more time, even if it's just one side. So we want to go wide, wingspans, if you will. So arms are going to come out to a T. We're going to bend the knees and we're going to lower. All we're going to do is rotate our palms up and down. Now, if you feel comfortable doing so, make that rotation a little bit bigger. This is going to add up quickly. You're going to feel a little fire in your shoulders. If you need to put the weights down, put the weights down. And just do the weight of the arms. Breathe. 4 more. Being mindful of the elbow joint. If you need to bend the knee or bend the elbows a little bit, bend the elbows a little bit. 2 more. Can you feel that heat building in your body? Me too. Last one. And pull those hands in to hips, and we're going to alternate lifting a heel. Whichever heel you like starts. We stay low in those legs. We're not going up and down. We're staying strong through the belly, and we're just lifting the heel. Firing up those calves. Firing up those legs. Staying strong through the core. One more each side. Breathe. And rise. Relax your arms down by your sides. Slide those hands forward. We're going to take both hands, and if you need to, taking care of your lower back or your knees, set the weights down carefully. Make sure that your core is strong. We're going to bend the left knee. We're going to reach those weights down towards your left foot. We're going to rise and press overhead. Bring the hands back down. Bend the right knee. Little tap. We rise, pull it in, press it overhead. Just alternating sides. And again, if you need to put the weights down, put them down. If you feel your heart rate coming up a little bit, perfect. If you feel the sweat starting a little bit, perfect. If you feel pain or anything beyond challenge, not so perfect, set the weights down. Make your movement a little bit smaller. Check in with your core. Make sure those core muscles are engaged. Last one. Overhead press. And slowly let those arms drift down towards your sides. Mindfully heel toe those feet in. Toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, and heels to stand tall to mountain. I'm going to turn sideways just because I need the length of my mat. Rolling those shoulders up and back. We pull the hands to heart center. Weights are going to touch. We shift our weight to our left foot. Right foot takes a giant step back to our crescent lunge. With the hands right by the chest, we extend the leg. We press overhead. We sink back down into that lunge. We hinge it forward and sweep those arms back to flight. We lift the chest, hands to heart center. We rise, press overhead. Sink back down to that lunge, hands to heart center, hinging forward. Arms sweep back to flight. Back to heart center, and press. And lower. And hinge, arms back to flight. Hands to chest. And press. Lower. And hinge, arms back to flight. Hands to chest. And press. Sink in and hinge. One more time. Hands to chest and press back down and step it in and rise. Let those arms come down by your sides. Big shoulder rolls. Let's do 3. You're doing great. I hope you feel well. Bringing those hands to heart center. Shift your weight to your right foot. Giant step back with that left. Coming into your lunge. Hands to heart center, not a death grip on those weights. We press, we lift overhead. Same thing on this side. Sink and hinge. Sweep those arms back to flight. Hands to chest, chest lifts. We press, extending the leg, extending the arms. And sink. And hinge. Hands to chest and rise. Hands to chest. Hinge. Arms back to flight. Hands to chest and rise. Sink it in. If you got sweat dripping, guys, beautiful thing. I got a little bit right in my eyeball. It's a good thing. Sink. Being able to move, to hold and move with weights, oh my gosh, what a gift. And sink, make this your last one. Press it back and come up. Hands to heart center. Draw that back foot in and rise. Let your arms slide down by your sides. Both feet can stay down or shift your weight to your left foot. Right knee lifts, flex your foot. A little added, extend that right leg. Hammer curls, shoulders are rolled back. We lift the weights and we lower, working those biceps. Breathe. Core strong. Getting the length in the hamstring. Totally activating that right quadricep. Working all the stabilizing muscles in that left foot. This is no joke for sure. I hope you are as sweaty as I am. Last one. Lower, bend the knee, and set it down. Did you feel that right quad? Whew. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And shift your weight to that right leg. Lifting your left knee. Extending that left leg if you like. Again, hammer curls. Take it up and lower it down. So we're not letting momentum or gravity do the work for us. We are mindful of the movements we are creating, not letting gravity do the movements for us. So we are lowering rather than letting the weights fall. We're lifting rather than swinging. We're holding that static hold with that bent knee or that long leg. Core is strong. Last one. And lower. Bend the knee and set it down. Good gravy. Roll those shoulders up and back. Shoulders slide down and away. Now we're going to add a little swing here. We're going to lift the arms forward. As you exhale, swing the arms back, bend the knees. Pull it up to a bicep curl. Swing it back, bicep curl. This should be a really nice release for those shoulders, for the quadriceps. A little activation for your core. 2 more times. That just feels good. And we release those arms down by our sides. Bringing the weights to the front of the thighs. We hinge it forward, nice long spine. Soft bend in the knees. Weights stay right in front of the legs. And then we rise. Roll those shoulders up and back. Hands on either side of the legs. Shift your hands to the front and hinge it forward. Romanian deadlifts. And we rise. Roll the shoulders up and back. You may have heard them referred to as RDLs. That's just short for Romanian deadlifts. Really important that we keep that spine nice and long. A soft bend in the knees so that we are not hyperextending those legs. You should feel this in your hamstrings, your glutes. As you press those sit bones back, crown of the head reaches towards the front. We get a nice stretch as we come down and a nice activation as we come back up. Make this the last one. And rise. Let's squat low. Release the weights. Hands to the mat and extend the legs. Forward fold. Find your breath. Mop your brow. Grab a sip of water if you need it. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Last strength challenge here. Super slow push-ups. We have 3. You can be on your hands. You can stay on your forearms and plank. You can be on your knees or your toes. Just don't be on your nose. And then super slow. Press it back up. So we're doing our best to work against gravity in both directions. Breathe. Gravity's great because it keeps us connected and grounded. And it really gives us a whole lot of work, right? When we work against it, when we let it. There's that constant pull. So we resist that pull, and then we push against that pull. Release your knees. Press it back to child's pose. If you have a little puddle of sweat where your forehead is, congratulations. Good work. If not, no worries, because I know you did some work. Find your breath. Let's lift and walk those hands to the right, reaching through your left fingertips. Press your hips to the left and relax the weight of the upper body down. Nice stretch through the lats, through the left side body and into the hip. Inhale, lift just slightly. Walk your hands through center and then over to the left, reaching through your right fingertips and press your hips to the right. Relax the weight of the upper body down. We're not quite done, but we're going to get into some stretches. I hope that was fun, challenging, informative, and different. Lifting slightly, walk your hands back through center and release the weight of the upper body back down. Arms extended out nice and long. Hands shoulder width apart. We inhale up to a modified high plank. Just make this gentle. And exhale, press it back. Stretching through the shoulders, through the lats, through the spine. Inhale it back up. Modified plank. And exhale, press it back to child's pose. Inhale it up to that modified plank. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, pull that right knee through to pigeon. Checking in, making sure that that right knee stays happy and healthy. If you need to come over onto that right hip, pull that left leg in and get the pressure off of that right knee. Yes, please do. Otherwise, we stay up nice and tall. We check in with our lower back. If that's not super happy, maybe come down onto your forearms. Maybe come all the way down into sleeping pigeon, and we'll meet you there in just a second. Shift your weight to your right hand, left arm extends out. Circle it around. Feels right to you, draw that left foot in. Take a hold of it along the inside of your foot if you're able, and gently pull your heel in towards your bottom. As we take a hold along the instep or the arch of your foot, a nice little stretch through the front of your shoulder and through the chest. Stretching your left quadricep and those left hip flexors while we get some love into that right hip. Gently releasing your foot, circling that left arm back up and over. Let's walk it forward into sleeping pigeon. You can stack your hands or you can extend those arms. If your weights are in the way, just gently slide them off to the side. And just breathe. Pigeon pose when I do my classes. A lot of times, probably the most requested pose I get. If you have a love-hate relationship with it, check in and ask yourself why. If it's not a super positive relationship, is it that it hurts? If so, adjust to where it doesn't hurt. If it's a love relationship, either it hurts so good or it's just super easy. Oftentimes, we love the poses that are easy. Those that are hard, we'd rather not do, but know that they are worth the time to do them. Go ahead and walk your hands back up. Hand on either side of your knee. Tuck the back toes, lift your hips, step it back to plank, and just alternate bending knees. Keeping the pelvis just as level as you can. Just walk it out. Coming back to plank, and we pull that left knee in to pigeon on the left side, and we check in. What's going on with that left knee? Do you need to adjust? Come over onto that left hip. If that right hip flexor is like, ooh, that's too much stretch for me today, come over onto that hip. Shorten it. So just pull that back knee in. It's all good. We're listening to our bodies and we're being nice. We've already worked so hard. We want to make sure that there's some love here. Some really tender, loving care. Breathe. How's the lower back? Do you need to bring those hands forward? Do you need to come down onto your forearms? Maybe. If so, it's okay. Left hand gently press to the outside of the knee. Right arm circles up and around behind. If it feels good to you, draw that back foot in. Can you take a hold along the inside of your foot? That's going to help keep your foot in line with that right glute. We want to pull it right in as tightly as feels good to you. And again, as we hold the inside of your foot, we get this nice little stretch through the front of that right shoulder. Just looking back, do you notice the stretch in that left side through the neck? Can you smile yet? Has your heart rate settled? I hope so. And gently release, circle that right arm back up and over, and let's walk those hands forward. Again, you can extend those arms out long. If you need to adjust where that weight is, adjust. If you want to stack your hands, stack your hands. And breathe. And let's slowly walk the hands back up. Come over onto that left hip and sweep that right leg around. Extend your left leg out. Let's open up those feet to about the width of your mat. Sitting up nice and tall, knees are bent. We're going to hinge it forward. Just letting the tummy and chest come forward through those legs. A little tuck of your chin. And just breathe. feels good to you, reach it out. Just feel that great stretch all the way down the spine. And then ever so slowly, stacking each vertebra, rolling it up, one vertebra at a time. Till you sit up nice and tall. Let's extend those legs out long. Flex your feet, reach it high. Exhale, lengthen and hinge it forward. Release your hands. Relax the weight of your head. Beautiful stretch all the way down the back of the legs. All the way down the spine. Lengthen the crown of the head towards those toes. Work to flatten out your back. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Soften your feet, lower your arms, and ever so slowly roll it back. You made it through the work. Now it's that TLC. Arms open out to a T. Pull that right knee in. Take a hold of the right knee with the right hand and just gently guide it up towards your right armpit. Working to keep that left side of the pelvis as flat as possible. And breathe. Point and flex your foot. Roll your ankle. We got a fair amount of balancing in too, which is always a good thing. Promoting better balance is probably one of the key components of staying healthier and stronger and safe. Soften your foot. Pass that right knee over to your left hand and extend your right arm out. Continue pulling that right knee across your body. And then slowly turn your gaze out over that right arm. Oh my goodness, does that feel good? Close your eyes, soften your jaw, and just breathe. It's a beautiful day here. I hope it is fantastic wherever you are. Such a pretty time of year. I know a lot of places it's still super hot. It's still warm here for sure. But I tell you, mid-80s feels like magic. Slowly roll it back to center. Extending that right leg, point your toes, lengthen your leg, little external rotation through your hip, and slowly lower your leg down. Take your time as you lower and reach out through those toes. Feel that activation in your quad. Feel that length out of the hip joint, creating space in that hip joint. And as you lower, take a second. Do you notice how that right leg feels a little bit longer than the left? Let's catch that left one up, pulling that left knee in. Left hand reaching up, taking a hold of the shin just below the knee. Pull that left knee out to the side and keep that right side of the pelvis flat. You're going to notice some activation in those obliques and even in those hip flexors. Finding your breath and slow it down. Point and flex that left foot. Roll the ankle. And then soften your foot and then draw that left knee in. We're going to pass that left knee over to the right hand. Left arm extends out to a T and continue that left knee across your body. That feels so good. Keeping that left shoulder down as best you can. Turn and look out over that left arm. I just felt a couple little good pops in the back. That felt amazing. If you do have any self-adjustments, pops, cracks, make sure that there is no pain involved. Those self-adjustments should feel really good. If ever there is any kind of pain or discomfort beyond a good stretch, please come out of wherever you are, adjust, stop what you're doing. Check in, take a break. This is about taking care of yourself, not about proving anything. Just about being the best you that's possible, and an injured you is not your best you. Strong and healthy, that's what we're going for. Slowly release it back to center. And we pull that right knee in, hands to your shins, just below your knees. Take a moment, however you wish, whenever you wish, to come up to a seated position. You can rock to one side. You can roll yourself up. Just take the time you need. Come up to a seated position that feels good to you, any kind that feels good to you. Sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes and rest your hands comfortably. Feel the length in your spine. Softly close your eyes. Relax your jaw. Let your breath be slow and steady. If you are comfortable doing so, pulling your hands to heart center. If you'd rather, just let your hands rest wherever you wish. You are welcome to join me saying silently, or just being. Repeating after me if you wish. I am safe. I am strong. I am healthy. I am capable. I am safe. I am happy. I am right where I should be. I am safe. I am loved. I am humble. I am kind. I am safe. I am honest. I am sincere. I am loved. I am enough. Gently open your eyes. A humongous thank you for sticking to this point. I hope that was fun. I hope it was hard. I hope you got to be a sweaty mess and you just enjoyed every second. I'm proud of you. Thanks for being here. I know it's a little different. I hope it was different in all the right ways. Be safe. Stay well. And until the next time, the light in me honors the light in you, which means namaste.